I know that the American bobsled team did not perform very well, but that is no reason to have your flag upside down. That is when you cheer louder to support America. Wait, are you serious? People are actually ashamed of America because we are deporting the illegals? I can understand not supporting your government, but not supporting your country is just abysmally low. Are they still going on about the Lion King parody? Or is it just about the imaginary racism as a whole? Recall that by some counts, President Obama deported more illegals than President Trump has. But it is only racist if it fulfills the need for Trump derangement syndrome. This is just absolutely ludicrous. The same ID that is used to allow you to get onto a plane, and you know how strict those mall cops at the airport can be, is used to be able to vote. So what Ms. Sorensen is trying to say is that married women are unable to board planes. I severely doubt that. Furthermore, if voter fraud is so rare, why do you only object to election security if a Republican could win? After all, you cannot blame the Russians this time. First of all, the masks are because the agitators kept doxing them, and then targeting their families. Second of all, this whole cartoon is just propaganda. These agitators choose to get into the middle of active investigations, rather than just filming from the sidewalk and then going home. I do not know why they have to dox or get in the way. It just seems like so much more work on their part. Yes, these two did a lot of good. It is not their fault that the agitators tried to dox and or kill them. It is not their fault that Minnesota burned the Constitution ahead of time. There is the supremacy clause. Not that the agitators and rioters care. Tell me that you did not see the translation of the lyrics. Without telling me that you did not see the translation of the lyrics. Bad Bunny sang about drugs and debauchery. Things that would have gotten the NFL fined if it were sung in English. However, people like Mr. Rogers do not care about facts. Great. Now those jobs can be filled by Americans. This is why I buy American-made products first. I would prefer for my money to go to an American, rather than some foreigner. It is the same reason that we need to produce oil at home and not buy it from abroad. But keep defending the illegals who broke in. I am sure that you keep your house unlocked at all times. What people like Mr. Roll do not understand is that the photo ID mandate is universal. Well, maybe he does, but he chooses not to admit it. Everyone has to show a photo ID. The same one that is used to drive a car will work. If your driver's license has your legal name, that is all that you need. However, fear sells liberal propaganda. It is hard to say Trump derangement syndrome without sounding like the disgraced Pam Bondi. However, that is exactly what we have here. The victims called Donald Trump a perfect gentleman. Trump banned Epstein from his properties, and even worked with law enforcement to get Epstein behind bars. Did he handle this situation perfectly? No. But to say that he is complicit is a real stretch. This is what happens when local law enforcement works with federal law enforcement. Georgina Floyd and St. Taillight did not have to die, but they also did not have to get involved. Now that local law enforcement is working with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they can just hand the criminals over to ICE. That is much easier to do. Okay, there are a lot of problems with this cartoon. Notably the fact that the Romans were a foreign occupying force, as opposed to Jewish law enforcement. That being said, Jesus not only did not break any law, Roman or otherwise, he also did not spend his time getting in the middle of what the Romans were doing. In truth, he left them alone. He actually only interacts with the Romans a handful of times, and each time, they came to him. Mr. Rawl is hoping that his readers do not know their Bible. The kid stays home for a few days, and then everything goes back to normal. The survival rate is virtually 100% for this infection. On the other hand, if there's an extremely rare reaction to the vaccine, his parents have no legal recourse and just have to accept whatever side effects happen.